Hello everyone, welcome back to SwitchUp and to the episode where we are going to add to your Switch 2 and 1 backlogs all in one go.
There we go, efficient.
Exactly. As always, go onto our website, save yourself 5% on your eShop credit and help us out a tiny little bit.
Yep, so games from, 50% up to as high as the eShop allows, I guess. Anything that's on sale at the minute. What have we picked? Well, let's find out.
All right, let's kick off then. We've got Street Fighter, the 30th anniversary collection, which is 67% off until April the 27th, Glen. I saw this one and thought, that one's for Glen.
Yeah, I own this one, the physical version. Very good collection of games. You got the original Street Fighter on there, which I think was called Fighting Street in some regions.
Okay.
And then you've got Street Fighter 3 as well, and a host of others. I think there might be some alpha games on there. But yeah, definitely worth picking up. How much? 67% off?
67% off, yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong really. You got that, or you've got the Street Fighter 2, like Ultra something. I don't know if that's on sale, but they're your choices on the Switch as far as Street Fighter goes. But yeah, this is a good one for sure.
Lovely. Following on from that, we've got Kao the Kangaroo, which we've mentioned a bunch of times, but they keep knocking the price lower and lower. This is now 86% off. That's the cheapest it's ever been, and that's until April the 30th. I thought it'd be a nice one. It's literally a few quid for what is a very nice old school 3D platformer, I should say, that is now at its cheapest ever price.
Yeah, that's one that when we reviewed it, going a while back now, there was a bug in it that meant you couldn't save it.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So the score obviously tanked because of that, but thankfully that's since been fixed, and it is a good platformer. It's a fun time, and as Mark said, for peanuts, it's worth picking up.
It really is. Pick up your peanuts.
Pick up your peanuts, why not?
Everspace Stellar Edition, one of my favourite roguelites on Switch, one of my favourite space-based games as well, is 85% off, down to its cheapest ever price. That takes it to $5.99, I believe, until April the 20th. As with all of these sales videos, some will be in certain regions. You can always tell by the prices on the screen. But this is an excellent game, one that I do have a full review of as well. I don't know if you've actually played this, have you?
No, I bought it, again, physically, and it sits on my shelf and I look at it sometimes.
Well, you should.
Yeah, well, I do.
Look at it more.
I look at it all the time. Have I played it? No.
No, I have not. No, it is a really enjoyable game, actually. It's a shame. You probably just don't want to undo the plastic, though, right? He's died. He's not dead.
Oh, no.
He's dead.
Tea went down the wrong hole. It's still down the wrong hole. Excuse me.
After that little interlude.
Yeah, unwrapping the cellophane on games upsets me if I don't then play them. Yeah.
That's fair.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if I'm unwrapping it, it's got to be played immediately.
Instantly.
Instantly.
Well, this is a really enjoyable one. Go check out the full video. For that price, you would be mad not to. Make sure you change the controls to option 3. That was free, spelled T-H-R-E-E.
3.
Oh, I've never heard you say 3 like that.
You see how much effort it took to get it right.
It was actually quite painful to listen to.
Never doing it again.
Moving on. Next up, we've got Resident Evil Revelations 2, which is a cracking game. One of the best co-op games, actually, on Switch. That's down 68% to £6.39.
Yeah, I would say that I prefer the story, the one-player story of Revelations 1 over 2, but then that doesn't take into account the co-op mode. Is it raid mode?
Had raid mode, yeah.
Which is a great deal of fun. Yeah, if you can be playing that with a mate, you're going to have a good time. And if it's on sale, yeah, all the better.
Double the win.
Exactly right.
Following on from that, one that I knew you would like, Lego Bricktales, is down to its cheapest. It's 80% off to $4.99.
Yeah, this is a good game. This is a strange little game. It's a game where you visit different biomes made out of Lego with different themes, and you need to just get across these 3D levels, but every so often there'll be an obstacle that in order to pass it you need to build something.
Okay.
And that building part is slightly awkward because of the way the camera moves and trying to line up bricks and stuff. But it's just a fun, not unique necessarily concept, but it works quite well, you know?
It's perfect, isn't it, for Lego?
And for a sale.
And for a sale.
You know what I mean?
Goodness, double whammy. Yes, please. Now, I snuck a little one in that I think you may have reviewed, Smoke and Sacrifice. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Is that like purpley art style?
That's the one. Yeah, there was like what would you call that genre? It's like some kind of survival.
It is.
Isn't it?
It is like survival.
Game.
There's a really famous one that everyone knows called Don't Starve.
Yes.
And then you've got like this and a few other ones. But this is 85% off, down to $2.99.
Yeah, and I know that after our review, they added a whole bunch to this game. And actually a lot of it was referring to or relating to a couple of issues we had with the game.
Yeah.
It was nothing major. It was a good game. It was fun. But they have since patched a whole bunch more in. So again, yeah, just a perfect sale game, really.
Another one that you reviewed as well, actually, that I really want to play, I might actually pick it up on this sale, is Ancestors Legacy. It's a real-time strategy game, if you remember. It had that like Viking character with a massive axe on the front cover.
I do remember this one, yeah, because there weren't many RTS games on the Switch at that time. There haven't been a huge amount since, but this one actually did a good job with it, and I seem to remember there were like 3 different factions or 3 different times or something like that you could choose between. Quite difficult. I mean, RTS games can be quite difficult at times, can't they?
They really can.
Had like some stealth sections in it as well, and things like that, which you wouldn't necessarily expect from an RTS. I wouldn't anyway. But it all came together pretty well, and was a decent game actually. I quite enjoyed that one. Nice.
I think one of the things with that one and why it's here is the initial base price was quite high. Now it's down to its cheapest, 80% off, just $7.99, and that goes on until April the 14th.
Nice.
Next up then, let's talk about Sakuna Rice and Ruin, which is half price, down to £12.49. A very unusual action RPG / rice farming simulator.
Yeah, very strange game, but surprisingly good.
Really good.
It had like the Muramasa style combat where you're running from screen to screen, but then you had these sections where you were on a farm growing rice, but it wasn't your average farm sim.
No.
It was very, I suppose, realistic in air quotes. You had to take your time, it took patience, and then the quality of the crops then aided you in battle or something like that, didn't it? Is that right?
Absolutely. So it like focused on that like Japanese perfectionism, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
So it really take your time, and that had an impact on the other aspects of the game.
Yeah.
I like this.
I liked it like a lot. Really very, very good game, but just quite different in its approach. You'd have to get your head around that. It might be one of all the ones we're talking about here where you do watch our review.
I'd say so.
Just to get your head around what we're talking about. But yeah, very, very good game.
Now, couldn't I at least royally procrastinate until tomorrow?
If you're gonna act all high and mighty, why don't you actually earn that respect by doing some dang work around here? Hey, Brat!
I threw in a little beat 'em up that's a lesser known one. It's Bud Spencer and Terrance Hill Slaps and Beans.
Yes.
Which is down 82%, and I think it's like $3.59.
Yeah, so Bud Spencer and Terrance Hill, they were like a comedy duo, weren't they? Quite popular in certain areas of Europe.
Like in Europe, yeah.
Yeah, I think places like Portugal, Italy, Spain possibly. Not so much in the UK,
No.
but aside from that, the game is actually a lot of fun, isn't it?
It was a really good beat 'em up.
Yeah, decent.
We were quite surprised, weren't we?
Yeah, nice pixel art, really very pleasant pixel art. Obviously, you can choose between the 2 characters. Some very strange mini games in there as well, weren't there? Like banger racing, like eating sausages and stuff, and weird little mini games. But yeah, a good lot of fun. And if you know the characters, then obviously you'll enjoy it even more.
Last but not least then, we have Turrican Flashback, which is 70% off, and that's down to $8.99. I think that's one of its first big drops until April the 10th.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with Turrican in general. And this particular collection has Turrican, Turrican 2, Mega Turrican, which was the Mega Drive game, and Super Turrican, which unsurprisingly was the Super Nintendo version. All very good games. I think the Turrican and Turrican 2 would be the Amiga versions, if memory serves. Great collection, very good games. Run and guns, but quite different, almost non-linear, a lot of exploration, worth trying. If you haven't ever played them before, but you like that sort of game or that sort of gameplay, that genre certainly, then yeah, give this a try for sure.
Lovely, yeah. So you can keep building that backlog before the Switch arrives and you can't afford any games on it because you built your backlog too much. That's it, 10 games. Let us know in the comments if there are any others that we've missed. As always, a big thank you if you use our website, switchup.gg, where you can get 5% back in cash back.
Thank you to our patrons and our channel members for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Take care, and until next time, happy gaming.